Carpet Bombing Karen, by User Master Protection 29. This just happened. It's a Sunday and all I want to do is finish my house cleaning, cook enough stew for easy lunches for the week and shower the funk of not bathing and deep cleaning the house has created. My skunkish crunchy achy body is past ready to finish and the discovery of no fresh cat litter has me moaning and groaning. Don't judge, I did the sniff test to see if the cat box can last a few more days and plot twist face scrunch it can't. As I said, it's Sunday morning and my leopard printed fuzzy slippered and not red sweats wearing butt climbs into the car to travel to the big red bullseye superstore for the handful of necessities including the kitty litter. I have my wheeled crutch and am waddling up and down the aisles picking up the list whilst wondering why laundry detergent is in a plexiglass prison. Really? Liquid detergent is about £9, so how does one hide it? Do they just dash for the door with a £9 jug jiggling in tow? Don't forget the litter. The deodorant I can kinda understand being in a plexiglass prison. A sour-faced woman runs her cart into mine, startling me out of my musing and stopping my cart in our tracks, before I can get a word out. SP, it's about time I need deodorant. I'm okay and I try to move my wheeled crutch around her. SP, where do you think you're going? I look around to see if there's someone else, mainly a red shirt, and then look down at my old blue and faded to grey sweats and slippers. I don't work here. SP looks at me with an increasing sour look and scoff. I need deodorant. I don't know if I imagined it or not, I could have sworn there was a stomp included now. I am within the Karen age myself and I don't suffer fools easily, also I've lived with hearing diminished people, over 80% hearing loss, and worked in large noisy bars and shops. I can honestly say I know how to get my voice to carry over a live band to inform rowdy drunks it's last call. I don't work here and the normal drum of voices and carts instantly quiet in our area. SP, how dare you talk to me on that tone? And she shrieks, manager. In a tone that has hell spawn howling at the ambulance. I attempt to leave by backing out of the aisle. SP sees me backing up and rams her cart into mine, knocking it into a plexiglass prison shelf, then reaches towards me or my cart. Don't touch me. I can hear feet running in our direction in the silence after I have finally raised my voice. A pair of red shirts comes down to us and before they can mutter a word, SP, I want this bitch fired. One red shirt looks at me, hair in a not stylish unwashed messy bun, old sweats and again leopard printed fuzzy slippers. Ma'am, she doesn't work here. They even had a cartoonish look of puzzlement, single eyebrow raised and all. The other red shirt asks me if I need assistance and SP interrupts in the most petulant Karen voice, I need deodorant, not a single apology given. Now I was only down this aisle so I could fart in solitude, and after extricating my car from between hers and the shelf I walk by her and release a stink torpedo in my wake. I luckily didn't forget the cat litter. I work there, so I should work here too, by User Radicans. Happened a couple of years ago. I had to collect a jacket from a seamstress. I had to pop into a petrol station on the way, big thirsty old catty. Now, I've worked in petrol stations for years and still do. The last one had full American style service, meaning I filled up customers' tanks, washed windows, check oil, all that jazz. I was the attendant for several years. Left that place a few years prior and went to another station out in the sticks. I filled up, paid, and as I was leaving, a little Toyota pulled in and a woman of about 60 jumps out. OTL, old Toyota lady, me, the night shift zombie. I've left the store and fumbling with my key when I hear, "Can you fill my car?" Immediately spotted she was talking to me. It was only me and her, but old habits. I'm tired having not long finished a night shift. I am a retail vampire. Come join us, the undead. Muhaha. OTL, come fill up my car, she repeated, clearly annoyed. Me, I don't work at this garage. I shouted back over the traffic noise. Alt, you work at that one out of town. Me, and, please note, I'm tired, hungry and have to complete my vital mission, you'd understand if you know the jacket's owner. Alt, that means you work at the rest of them. I've read a load of IDWITEL stories and had been dealing with Karens since my late teens. I don't want to go through the crap of the Karen today, so no, I don't, and got in my car and left. There are traffic lights right outside the station's exit and it's red. So, I'm stuck after traveling 10 yards. I heard her say, "Well, I never," and saw her take a picture of my car as I waited at the red. It turned green before anything else happened. It's just the way she spoke, that tone that retail workers everywhere hear before getting a migraine. I was too tired to give a damn. Besides, I didn't work there. And it should have ended there. I have no luck. The old Toyota lady called in to complain. As in she went to my station and collared my manager. Not though corporate but drove to my station and talked to my manager who has worked there for 35 years, she takes no prisoners and doesn't suffer fools. My manager confirmed it was me in the picture, my car, confirmed that I was off the clock because I worked nothing but night shifts, not in my uniform and the station was not my place of work and not even in the same town. She basically told her to grow up, stop wasting her time and get out. She's met customers like this before and knows they will be laughed out the building no matter who she talks to, so no FS given. A few days later, I get a call from my old manager. She complained to him too and was also told to make like a tree and leave. I struggle to understand the logic of such people, even after 20 years in the business. I was on the clock, but not at the place Smelly Karen was expecting, by user TLR 1791. I used to work for a large financial institution in a very busy branch. At the beginning of the pandemic, this branch was even busier and customers were more cranky than usual. There was an older lady who always came in, she smelled horrible, had greasy hair, dirty clothes, and always complained. I was empathetic and tried to see the mental health issues behind her appearance. Even though she would constantly complain about everything. Well, one day in the beginning of the pandemic, she came in to do her usual deposit, withdraw, check balance, too little, deposit more, check balance, I need cigarettes, withdraw some again, did that purchase post, did that check clear, need to go to the payday loan department, deposit everything I just withdrew, complain about something, huff and puff, blah blah blah. Well, after all of this, she waddles off with her walker and I call up the next customer. She turns around and says she has a question. The customer I just called up probably smelled her residual stench and said he can wait in line a little longer. So she waddled back over, flipped her walker around and sat down. She proceeded to ask me how much stamps are. I said I was not too sure. She asked me why I didn't know, so I told her I bought some forever stamps about a year ago and haven't checked since. She asked me again, I said I didn't know off the top of my head and I can look it up. She said she didn't trust the internet, but she wants to know how much it will cost to send a letter across the country. Again, I don't know, you'll have to go to the post office if you don't trust what their website says. She got really loud, so I did too. For a good 3 minutes we were going back and forth, reminding her that she was in a bank, we haven't sold stamps in decades, and she needs to go to the post office to ask an employee there. She just wasn't having it. She ended up waddling off while huffing and puffing and chewed out my branch manager on her way out for not educating employees on current economical structures, whatever that means. Like, lady, I don't work at the post office. I work at a bank. I'd have better benefits and higher pay if I worked at the post office. WTF. I do not work for them, now you're nice, I'm going to have a bit of fun, by user good stuff 2020. I found this sub and started reading. I didn't think I had anything really good to offer but then I remembered it. So many years ago in a land, rather close by actually, winky face, I remotely worked for a tech site for a technology that was mainly developed for personal use but widely professionally used as well. Anyway, I worked 2 jobs there, they were linked in nature so a natural pairing, and one was tech support that included helping people who contacted me off the net, non-fellow employees. PLS pardon not actual quotes but all info delivered. P equals person requesting help. Me equals to LOL. P writes and asks how to do something that the device is not designed to do. I know this already but we have a workaround that we've worked out. So I give him the instructions. I do note to him that it entails some things like flashing the ROM and inserting the file there and how to then enable it and that this involves a bit of risk but we've all done it and never had a negative outcome. But that, of course, it's up to him and his level of comfort. I also offered to PM him live if he wanted me to walk with him through it. P writes back and chews me out from top to bottom. Tells me how he got my contact link from, let's call them Loney, a big name in tech for many decades, Loney, and how he can't believe that they would tell him to do that. Me sir, we are not linked with Loney in any way. I gave you the instructions that we over at my site and others have used a great number of times. It is of course up to you if you feel comfortable to do this. Loney will not tell you how to do this because they don't want you in their ROM, hence the reason it is protected from users. P writes back threatening to go back to Loney's site and call them to get me fired for my instructions. He swears he got to me from a link on their site and therefore I work for them. Me writes the webmaster/owner of where I work and asking if I was out of line. Note, I'm a very timid person and did not want to cause trouble. The webmaster writes to P and tells him how I was trying to help. We are not associated in any way with Loney and he's free to F off from contacting me. Here comes the fun part. So P tries my workaround and lo and behold it works. Gee. Apparently P also found out I was a woman. This is 20 years ago, so not so common. He assumed he was abusing a man so he didn't have to be nice in the hopes of future nookie. P writes to apologize and ask me out to dinner. But in such a syrupy sweet way that it was a hard no for me and I decided that he just deserved a bit of his own medicine. I write to P and agree. P is happy. I write to P a day before the dinner and send him a truly horrible pic of my 3 kids and tell him FYI, these are 3 of my 7 kids. They will all be going with us to dinner as their father is in prison and I can't afford a babysitter. See you tomorrow night. Needless to say I never heard from him again. Edit, added one bit of info for clarity. Scolded for closing a store I don't work at, by user Professor_Cricket. This happened a couple weeks ago. Made a quick run to a party supply/craft store for a cake project I was working on. Place closes at 8. I got there at 7:45. Found my item within 10 min, paid, went out to my car. I'm sitting in my parking space still, at 7:57, just reading the packaging of my purchase to double check something, when this other car pulls up beside me. I see this white woman in her late 50s get out, and I can see her walk to the store entrance from my rear view mirror. The automatic doors don't open for her. I go back to reading my packaging and look up when I hear a woman's voice near my closed window. Something, closed. Politely, I cracked my window down like a centimeter, to actually hear her. She was ranting that they were closed, and I was like, oh yeah, they close at 8 now, I guess. She cut me off. It's not 8 yet, you're not supposed to be closed yet, it's 7:50. 8. Me? I don't work there. She cuts me off again. I don't care if it's 2 minutes or 2 seconds to 8, it is illegal to close early. She's kinda close to my car, so I don't wanna just pull out and tap her with the car mirror and have her sue me or something, which is why I didn't leave yet. I firmly, a bit louder, repeat, I do not work there. Woman, big obnoxious exaggerated arm gesture to empty parking lot, using this loud, antagonistic, sing-songy tone, I don't see any other cars here insinuating I must be lying about being an employee? Pretty sure employee parking at that place is behind the building. She moved over a bit when she did that grand arm gesture, giving me room to comfortably pull away, so I started the car. As I rolled up the window, I said, I am a customer, you fucking banana. And I held up my receipt to the glass, then shifted in reverse. She was still yelling something when I left. And, to be clear, there couldn't be any real reason for this lady to assume I worked there. It's mainly run by teenagers, and I'm in my late 30s. And I wasn't wearing any work-like attire or name tags, I was in loungy crap, gave up on life heather grey-colored joggers and a multicolored flannel shirt. Employees wear bright, solid-colored shirts and, not sweatpants.